But the celebrities who like this stuff. Just what I'm saying that.
Who cares if they like it? I'm talking about the fans. Like, I don't care if you like it. I'm not gonna do it because I respect myself. You know what I mean?
This is like,
so, are you getting what I mean? Like, I don't care if. It's like, so I'll give you an example. Say we've heard
Michelle Obama right now. I would fence. I would be like,
I would respect Michelle Obama from afar.
Yes, you're right.
Unless there is room, unless I'm like at a book signing.
Raise me from the fence. I will fence.
She said she will
I will fence.
Welcome to another episode of the Two Naija Girls podcast. I'm here with my other Naija girl,
Jubilee Gamaniel.
The gorgeous Jubilee Gamaniel. And today we have tea. Right? We have tea. We're gonna get into a conversation that I'm excited to have because it's not a conversation that's like usually had amongst fans of art. So if you don't live under a rock, you've probably heard about Chappell Roan. I've heard about Chappell Roan, Jubilee, but I've never listened to any of her songs completely.
Got it.
Probably because it's just not my cup of tea, not just like my kind of music, the kind of music I like to listen to.
Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing
wrong with that. But the reason why we're having this conversation is a few weeks ago, depending on when you're watching this episode or listening to this episode, a few weeks back, Chappell Roan came out and made a statement against what she calls weird fan behavior. I haven't seen the statement. Jubilee hasn't seen the statement. So we will both watch the statement individually right now. And then we're going to share our thoughts on it. How cool is that?
I love a real moment reaction.
Right? There you go. Okay, so Jubilee and I are going to watch the statement. Jubilee, watch it. I'll watch it. And then we'll share our thoughts on it. Okay, I'm about to open it right now.
If you saw a random woman on the street, would you yell at her from the car window? Would you harass her in public? Would you go up to a random lady and say, "Can I get a photo with you?" Would you be offended if she says no to your time because she has her own time? Would you stalk her family? Would you follow her around? I'm a random bitch. You're a random bitch. Just think about that for a second. I don't care that this crazy type of behavior comes along with the job, the career field I've chosen. That does not make it okay. That doesn't make it normal. It doesn't mean I want it. It doesn't mean that I like it. I don't give a if you think it's selfish of me to say no for a photo or for your time or for a hug. It's weird how people think that you know a person just because you see them online or you listen to the art they make. That's weird.
Okay. That's definitely a lot to process right there.
So I think the part about it that's a lot to process is it's coming from a celebrity, right?
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts on the content of it?
So here's here's my thought, right? The thing about it is like I've come to learn now that there are two kinds of celebrities, and that's just the truth, right? There's people who take this as their job. They do the job and they go home and they live their lives outside of outside of public, whatever. What's the word I'm looking for? Outside of public,
space. Public
space. Things like that. They treat it like a job. Like, this is my job. I'm an actor. I'm a singer. This is my job. I do that and I go. And then there's people who love being celebrities, meaning people who love to be known that they're people who love fame, people who love people to recognize them on the street, people who love to there's people who call paparazzis on themselves. Like we've seen these things happen, right? So, and unfortunately, it's like, there's nothing on someone's forehead that says, I do not want to be famous. There's nothing on someone's forehead that says, do not approach me a certain way, or I do not want to take pictures with you. That's one, right? And then two, unfortunately, social media has made celebrities so accessible that it's like, their story. They share what they eat for breakfast,
so
lunch.
The parasocial is parasocialing.
See, it's not just parasocialing, it's parasocialing, the socializing.
It's socialization.
Yes, but that's not even, it's like, so you feel like you know this person. Because now, like, you forget that this person is showing you, because you see them every day online. I'll give you a thing, right now, in fact, amazing. Right now, there's a whole conversation with Jackie Aina, right? Where it's like, she's sharing her content, or she'll put something out and then people will go on her page and just either write like statements or comments under there that has nothing to do with anything. And she's like, I don't like it. For example, everybody used to call her auntie for the longest time. And then she said, I do not want to be called auntie anymore. She made a whole video saying, this is why I do not want to be called auntie anymore. Please stop it. And people got mad at her. Oh my God, you're afraid of aging. That's why they said to write all of these comments. And she's like, no, this is my boundary. Like in real life, if I told someone I did not want this and they kept on doing it, I will cut it off really quickly. But again, social media, because you think you actually have access to this person because they're sharing their lives and sharing parts of themselves with you. So we feel that way. And so, okay. And then there's another part to it where it's like, I think also it's like there's ways that you can approach people and there's ways that you can approach celebrities. That's the truth. For example, right? The person is not on tour. They're together with their family. You can see them already like in a stroller. They're just living their life. Sometimes just give them space. Because I bet you that there's 5 million people who bother them all the time. This is their moment of, imagine this as their PTO, paid time off.
Yeah.
So give them that space, You know what I mean? And I think also you can be like, oh, hi, oh my God, I really love you. Is it okay if I take a photo? And they say, no, walk away. Or they say, I cannot right now, walk away. But I think, at least to my understanding, there's like, I think what it is that there's some people who just go like, oh my God. Like they immediately go into your space and and break that wall where you're just like trying to live like every other person. And I think, so I understand what she's saying, but there's no right or wrong. There's no like black and white with these things. It's like there's a gray line right there because it's like,
I think there's a right and wrong.
Okay.
So here's where I'm gonna start. And I hear you about social media, but if you think about it, this kind of parasocial behavior began way before the social media era.
Okay.
If we think about the times of like Michael Jackson, and I think about Michael Jackson because my parents loved Michael Jackson. So I literally grew up on his music.
Got it.
Think about Michael Jackson. Think about some of the biggest Hollywood stars. And from someone who understands Hollywood behind the scenes, I get that you've probably heard of the thing called the Hollywood system, right? It was this bubble they formed around Hollywood celebrities, and for the longest time that bubble was the engine that drove Hollywood. It was the engine that drove this idea of exclusivity, of this different group of people who are like different from who we are. That was the idea behind the Hollywood engine for the longest time. So people like Marilyn Monroe, go back to all the old celebrities. So this kind of behavior has been going on. I think it's just a thing. Again, I studied communication and multimedia. We talked about parasocial relationships in communication and multimedia, where you watch someone and you sort of feel like you have a relationship with them, right? However, as my people say, education is power, right?
Yes.
So knowing that you have the ability to be parasocially attached to someone who you really don't know should be your own ammo to protect you against that kind of parasocial behavior. And so here are my thoughts on the idolization or worship of celebrities. I think people just need to develop some self-respect. I think we as audiences, or whatever you want to call us, just need to develop some basic self-respect. Because if you respect yourself, you respect other people. Right? If you respect yourself, you respect other people. If you have boundaries for yourself, you have boundaries for other people. So that's why I say I think there's a right and wrong.
Guns blazing. Respect yourself. Jesus.
That's where I think there's a right and wrong, because I think there is room to appreciate someone's art without making yourself literally their footmat, which is what a lot of audiences or fans tend to do.
But there's celebrities who like this stuff. Just what I'm saying that.
Who cares if they like it? I'm talking about the fans. Like, I don't care if you like it. I'm not gonna do it because I respect myself. You know what I mean?
This is like.
Are you getting what I mean? Like, I don't care if. It's like. So I'll give you an example. Say we've heard
Michelle Obama right now. I would fence. I would be like.
I would respect Michelle Obama from afar.
Yes. You're right.
Unless there is room, unless I'm like at a book signing.
Raise me from the fence. I will fence.
She said she will
I will
fence.
fence.
She said she will faint. Unless I'm at like a book signing and there's room to take photos. Of course, I will respect the order of that situation.
Yes. No, I understand.
And I'll wait in line and take a photo with Michelle Obama and tell her how great she is and how inspiring she is. But if I see Beyonce at Target, I'm minding my freaking business in the grocery aisle. I'm not gonna try to invade Beyonce. And I say Target because Beyonce apparently has been spotted at Target several times. She loves Target. Yeah, apparently she loves Target. She's been spotted several times with like a hoodie.
I mean, I love Target now.
I know, right? Celebrities.
Now I love Target. I really do.
Celebrities were all the same, right? Like we all love Target too. So if I see Beyonce at Target and I just went to go get groceries, I'm minding my business. I'm minding the groceries I got. Of course, I'll go, oh my God, Beyonce is here right now. But I'm not going to go invade Beyonce's personal space.
Yes, I get what you're saying with that. But I think that also, let me help you answer something. I think also there's a Nigerian part that plays to this. Hear me out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
There's a Nigerian side that plays to this. Let me just tell you why. Yeah. I say this because as Nigerians, when you're born into this world, you see, first of all, Nigerians were raised to understand that there's nobody better than us.
There's nobody. It doesn't matter who they are.
Let me tell you something. You can see a man that has not made Beyonce's money and he will look at you and you'll be like, oh, do you know Beyonce? He'll be like, who's that? Cannot stand where I'm standing.
I had a cousin. I'm not going to mention. I had it to your point, and I'll let you continue. I'm sorry.
No worries.
To your point, I had a cousin who was telling me Beyonce no fine past my wife. I'll look at him. For people who don't understand what that means, he was like, Beyonce is not more beautiful than his wife. He swore up and down. Said, who Beyonce be? This boy, this my cousin. You know all these cousins you go and visit in like the villages. It's like Beyonce no fine passing wife. Oh. So keep speaking. I'm listening to you.
So I think there's a Nigerian part that plays a huge factor. And I'll tell again, like I said, where somebody says to you, like, after yourself is Jesus. And that's just the truth. Or God, or whatever it is, like, because Nigerians, obviously, there's a huge majority of like Christians and Muslims. So it's like, this only celebrity you have is God. And God is Allah. The only, or Allah. And God or Allah is the only person that can actually make you faint. He's the only person that can make you pass out. If somebody, and then they've trained you into believing that nobody is better than you. Like, it does not matter. Think about it, right? Let's even start from like the basics. When you were in nursery school or when you were in primary school, right? Yeah. When you come back home, see, my parents were just like regular people because I was always top of my class. Yes, and I was not boasting. It is a thing. It was the truth. But my grandma, when she sees my result and I came second and I'm like point something away from her, my grandma will ask me, the person who came first in your class, does he have two heads?
Do they have two heads?
How dare you? Yes. Yes. What's the thing that gave you, and what's the audacity? So as you grow up, it's like, even when they say somebody is a celebrity, you're like, okay, so what?
And so?
Because we're not in the room. Because really think about it too, right?
Yeah.
There was the issue, I can't remember now what it was about, when the whole thing with Beyonce and Tiwa Savage happened.
Oh, I think it was
remember now.
When the Black is King album,
but also Lion King album in Nigeria.
Yes, SARS. It was SARS.
It was SARS, right?
The premise of that was Beyonce had featured Tiwa Savage on her album, the Lion King album. And so many other African artists. And then SARS, the whole SARS thing was happening and Beyonce hadn't said anything about it. But yeah.
Yes. And Nigerians came behind her. Yes! This is it's that thing that we have. I'm telling you. It's that thing that we have that it's like, where we're like, it's almost like we're saying like, who the hell are you? Like, who the hell are you to say anything to me that has nothing to do with anything in that sense, right? To that degree. So I think there's a Nigerian part that plays into it where you're like, respect yourself. Because really think about it, right? Growing up, if there was like a celebrity or whatever, right? Let's not even say celebrity. Let's just say a local
I have an example
that will come and then walk in and then you're shaking and then your mother like, put yourself together.
I actually have an example of that happening. So when we were young, growing up, my dad was registered at this recreational club where they had like swimming pools and like tennis, courts and basketball courts and stuff like that. We were in that recreational club one day and we're on our way out, the whole family. And P Square walked in. Literally, P Square walked in. And our whole family just looked at P Square. Is it not the same recreational club all of us went to? Is it P Square that paid the fee that we used for that recreational club, we just looked at P Square and went our way. We didn't mind like, oh, P Square, at least it was, the whole family, that was P Square, shikena. But P Square, the only reason why we acknowledge them at all is because, of course, these are people you recognize from seeing on TV and stuff. Otherwise, it's just like two normal people passing us by. And this is when P Square was at their peak of popularity.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right? They were really
there
popular.
There was a time, yes.
Right, they were at the peak. They were like African Michael Jackson. Like P Square would go to Congo and stuff and other African countries, and people would literally be fainting in the crowds for them and stuff like that. You know, we're just cool, P Square, bye.
Yeah.
you know, two Naija girls speaking on it doesn't mean it's gonna stop, right? It doesn't mean it's gonna stop. We can help
the conversation. That's what
you understand. The regular American doesn't care. They're still going to chase down whoever they want to chase down on the streets to get photos from them or whatever. And honestly, like, my perspective of it is it has less to do with the celebrity and more to do with just you as a person and acknowledging your own importance as a person. Because again, like, I feel like if you acknowledge your own importance as a person, and Jubilee, you and I have been around celebrities. One thing I can promise people is taking a photo with a celebrity is not going to change your life.
No, it will not.
So Jubilee and I have worked around celebrities in different capacities. A picture with a celebrity is not going to change her. I took pictures with Jordan Sparks at the peak of her career. I was like a camera person, a photographer on a runway show she was doing. I quickly took a selfie. Did it help? Did it change my life in any significant way? No. I took a photo with this girl. I can't remember her real name, but she was the main character of Good Luck Charlie. Not Charlie, Charlie's older sister. I took a photo with her, same event, she was walking down. I took a photo with her or whatever. Again, I didn't hound her and go, give me a photo. It was the setting allowed for me to take photos with them, and I took photos with them. It didn't change my life. So there's that question of why do people feel compelled to do these things? And if people can understand why they feel compelled better, is it possible that they can comport themselves in a more, I guess, manageable, or for lack of a better word, demure way around these celebrities, right? Can they be more demure around these celebrities? So talk to me about that. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that, like you said, you're right on the fact that a photo is not going to change with a celebrity. It ain't going to change nothing, like nothing at all. But here's the thing. These days, social currency is a big deal. It really is. It really is. Unlike before, where it's like, I mean, it's been that way too. Like from actually, I take that.
You're acting as if we're old.
Yeah.
Let me say before. It's not like 4 years ago.
Yeah, but
what's your problem?
But it's still like before. But you really think about it, social media has really turned things around like almost 180 when you really think about it. So I think that there's social currency, meaning like you don't know how many minutes I spent with that celebrity. You can assume that I took the picture by force, and you can assume that I had a full-on conversation. You're never going to know what it is. And under that, when I post it, I can put a whole narrative. After spending 5 hours talking to blah, 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 my life has and there's social currency with it because people are like, oh my God, look at the people that she's hanging out with. This, and then you become more aspirational. No, listen.
I feel like people who believe that stuff are naive. That's why I'm smiling.
But that's the thing. But
I hear you.
No, but you've been exposed to those spaces. So you understand that you can actually sit and talk to a celebrity from now till next year. They can tell you all the blah, 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 whatever it is. You can party in their house if you want to. And the next day it ain't gonna make no difference, because at the end of the day, even they want to eat. They need to make money. They're not here like, this is not a let's get out together and make us. No. They need to make money as well. So they need to be acting. They need to be on top of their shit. But then also, I think that there are some celebrities that I love. I'm not gonna mention names, but if they live in Calabasas, God be with them. There are certain celebrities
which opens up a whole different kind of worms, and I'm gonna explore that conversation, but continue.
But I think that there's people who enjoy this celebrity life where they love the fans to like run up to that. They love, because there's always a behind the scenes.
I don't care what you love. Again, let me just repeat that. But I hear you.
No, but they love that. So the fans, because they know that they love that, the fans feed into it. You know what I mean? They feed into it like, oh my God, look at me and Kim Kardashian, blah, blah, blah. So I don't think, like I said, I don't think there's like a one answer fits all. But I truly believe that one, I truly believe that there should be, I agree with you in terms of like there should be some level of like self-respect where for yourself, but not just that. I think there should be some level of respect to the celebrity as well, or the person. Because again, most celebrities did not sign up for this life. They signed up to do the job and be really good at the job and treat it like a job.
For me, it triggered a conversation about different kinds and tiers of celebrities, right?
Yes.
Because, like you rightly said, social media has created this illusion that we're friends with certain celebrities we see online and stuff like that, and you feel like you can invade their personal space when you see them outside. But at the same time, social media has also made it possible for anyone to become a celebrity.
Very true.
That's a whole other thing, right?
Yep.
So I can think about I think about people like Wisdom Kaye, right? The fashion guy on TikTok,
Love
who
him.
eventually Met Gala, all that stuff. He's pretty as mainstream as you get, in my opinion, right now, right? That's just one name. There's the other guy who on TikTok, I don't know his name, but all he does is just on TikTok. Do you know the guy?
Kabi?
Right, I think so.
Kabi,
He's mainstream celebrity. He was on what movie was he in? He was on a blockbuster. Yes, Bad Boys. He was in a blockbuster recently. So I would assume that because we now live in a world where literally anyone can become a celebrity. So someone became a celebrity just off of doing this on camera. I would assume that would normalize the playing field. Level it out in the eyes of people and let you know that it doesn't matter who Beyonce is, you too can be a Beyonce.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You too can be as important as some of these people you idolize. You would assume, you would hope. And when and under that assumption and that hope, I feel like people will be able to develop more self-respect for themselves and see these people just as the people they are. And for me, it goes beyond just celebrity culture and social media and all that stuff. I think to an extent, it's also sometimes dehumanizing to pedestalize celebrities.
Ooh.
It's very dehumanizing because I feel like it takes away their humanity when you put them on a pedestal.
Got it.
When you don't see them as like, you're a person just like me, for their benefit and for our benefit as well, right? So things like that, that's like the other side of it. I think it's very dehumanizing. And so since we live in a society, like I said, we live in a society where literally anyone can become a celebrity. Jubilee and I are on our way there right now. Right?
What do you mean I'm a celebrity? What's that?
In fact, we're already celebrities. Do you understand? This is why I like you. This is why we're doing two Naija girls talk about
celebrity.
This is why I like you. This is why I like you. We are already celebrities. We're already there, right? So we live in such a world. I would hope that would give people the notion that this person is just a human being just like you, with skills that, I guess a wide range of people enjoy their skills, but everyone, to me, and that, this is a whole other conversation. We'll probably need another episode to have this particular conversation, but I feel like every single thing that everyone brings is just as important.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
Every single thing that every one person brings to the world is just as important as the other person, right? We're all different keys in the harmony that makes up the universe. And every single key is just as important as the other. It doesn't matter if, I don't know, 1 million people around the world see this key, because it's all about visibility. It's not about visibility. It's not even about talent anymore, if we're being honest. It's more about the visibility and the eyeballs that people can draw. So it doesn't matter if 1 million people around the world see this key and just 2 people who are this person's kids see that key. You're still a key and you're still serving a purpose that's as important as the other purpose.
See, but here's one thing I can agree on.
Yes.
That I'll be voting for Kamala Harris. Thank you very much.
Woo!
That I can tell you. That without a doubt in my mind, without even hesitation, I can tell you that for free. Literally. I'm not thinking about it. I'm not on the fence about it. I'm very sure about it.
We may be releasing this episode right after she wins, actually. Because I do feel like she's going to win. I do feel like she's going to win. I feel like the other guy is falling apart right now. You know me. I'm chronically online. I've been keeping track of everything that's been happening. The other guy is literally melting right in front of the world right now. He's finally like melting like a wax figure in front of the world. And I mean that metaphorically, but there's just so much wrong going on. And his camp is panicking.
That's okay. I knelt down before God and I already said, God, please.
She said she knelt down.
Because I voted for Joe Biden.
Yes.
You understand? And when they won, I will never forget that day. I sat in the living room, Adine and I was like, I was so emotional. Hey,
it was the end of a 4-year nightmare. It's the best way that I can put it. when Joe Biden won, it was the end of a 4-year nightmare.
Yeah, but I don't really have anything to say, but I will ask my question will be more to the audience, right? What do they think about just celebrity culture? Like, what do they think about idolizing certain celebrities? Or are you more like that's the person that made me get out of blah blah blah, so if I see them anyway I'm gonna pass out, I'm gonna faint? Yeah. Or are you more of cool, I see them, man, I saw that person, it felt good seeing them, and you just walk away and go about your business and wait until you're at the concert and you go backstage and then they take pictures with you or whatever, or they're signing their book and then you're there signing the book with them, or you're breathing something. I don't know. The good thing is that we're all breathing the same oxygen.
Exactly. It's not, celebrities all have a different kind of oxygen that they're breathing.
And this is why they found the
That's a good point. That's a good point. The oxygen level is the playing field. So to Jubilee's point, we've shared our opinions. You know where I stand. You know where Jubilee stands.
Jubilee stands.
Tell us what you think.
Jubilee stands on both sides.
Tell us, Jubilee stands on both sides. As a Libra, as a typical Libra. Tell us what you guys think about celebrity worship culture, especially the Americans, maybe, because both of us are coming from the Nigerian perspective and we know how we're raised. We know how we're raised to think and all that stuff. So tell us what you guys think about the Americans. Like, why? I guess it's just a question. Why are y'all so celebrity crazy, to put it that way? And I mean this in the best way possible. I don't mean this as an insult or whatever. I'm really fascinated and curious. What is it about celebrity worship culture? So would love to hear from you guys in the comments of wherever you listen to or watch this. And Jubilee, would you like to sign us off?
Yes, thank you so much for coming, and thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for listening to this episode. We really, really appreciate it. Do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to follow us to Naija Girls Pod on Instagram and TikTok, and then we also have a YouTube channel. Please, okay, guys, have a wonderful day from myself, Jubilee Emmanuel, and
Cynthia, the other Naija girl.
Yes, we say have a lovely day.
We'll see y'all on the next episode.
Bye.